So as soon as they brought them in, they're sending them back out to 5 different centers around the city, actually around the county. So that's what we were doing. I know I had a few fellows and interns that were helping out, but those are the kind of partnerships that we need, and we need to continue those because that helps the community. And we've had this partnership with Tyson for a number of years, but I just kind of wanted to mention that those are the kind of things that we need to continue doing and expanding those type of programs wherever we go. Okay, so thank you very much. I have a couple of opening remarks here, and then I'm going to turn it over to Los Meros Meros young adult folks that are going to take charge today. I've looked at the agenda. We've got some great speakers, and then tomorrow for the plenaries, we've got some heavyweights coming in. One of the things I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to coordinate. I'm on the phones with some state representatives from Texas that I'm trying to bring in here. To talk a little bit about redistricting. We need to talk about that and what's going on around the country. So I've invited a few of those. I'm trying to coordinate them to come in either this afternoon, but we need to see what's going on and how we can defend that across the country. Okay. So not only did we get an opportunity to testify, I testified on the House side last week in Arlington, Texas. When they were having the hearings. Our LULACers were involved heavily in Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas, and then I live close to Arlington, so I testified there. But they continue to move forward with their plan, even though when we testified, the maps were not available, but we got to see them later. And this morning, I'm putting out a press release on what took place. And what they're doing in Texas, and they're getting ready to do that in other states, is unacceptable. And we're going to continue fighting that as much as we can to make sure that what they want to do doesn't take place. And, you know, for those state representatives that are trying to defend what we have right now, and they're on the move because they're trying to arrest them and all that, and hopefully we'll hear from some of them tomorrow, but we support what they're doing. We're not going to allow them to get away with stealing those districts that we have. In Texas, they're trying to change 5 different districts that are right now, and I wouldn't call it control, but they're represented by people of color, Hispanics and African Americans, okay? And what they're saying is, we're going to dilute your voice and your vote, and we're going to put in and make it majority Republican. That's what's happening. We're going to fight that. So I just wanted to mention that those are the things that are going on right now, and our CEO, Juan, and I are real involved in making sure that as these issues come up across the country, that LULAC is there. So we did put out a press release this morning. We have a senator in Texas who's been moderate and really a good friend of LULAC. And then all of a sudden, he's now promoting that we go after these guys and arrest them and all. I can't believe that. So anyway, he's going to hear from us today. Okay. So just real quickly, so buenos dias. I am so excited to be here today with y'all because y'all are the future of LULAC, and not only LULAC, but you're the future of America. And just remember that. You are the future. Only y'all can do it. Continue doing the good work that you are doing at the local level as councils. Some of you may not be members. You're here for the academy for the first time, but if you're not a member of LULAC, think about joining a council. If you're here and you're still in high school, join a youth council. And I understand that the youth are going to be meeting later today. Some of them are here, and they're going to be joining us the next 2 days, but also for the young adults. Eric, mira, ese hombre, I understand that he's going to be running for young adults to represent all the young adults, so good luck with your campaign. But I did want to mention that if you're not a member of LULAC, join a council. Okay, talk to some of the folks that are here already that are council members or head up a council. So, real quickly here, let me be real with you about the future, okay, which is right around the corner. In the next 20 years, okay, 1 in every 3 Americans will be Latino in the next 20 years. 1 out of every 3 will be Latino. And that's why they're trying to dilute our voice, okay? That's what it's all about. They see what's coming up in the next 20 years. The average age of a Latino in the United States is just 28 years old, okay? Young adults, okay? Compared to 39 for the general population. So Latinos are at 28, general population is almost 40 years old. That means the future of this country is undeniably Latino, okay? You are not future leaders, you are leaders now, okay? And if some of you heard the voice of the Attorney General who flew in from a conference that he was attending, and some of y'all heard him last night, he's one of the top Attorney Generals in the United States. He left a conference in Louisiana to fly in yesterday to be with you, to address the young adults and the youth, and then flew out last night on a red-eye back to Louisiana to get back to the conference. He's one of the top attorneys in the United States, and he wanted to be with y'all. So that says something, and he understands what I just told you about the Latino vote, okay? The decisions you're making today, okay, what you study, how you speak out, and where you show up are already shaping the next decade, okay? LULAC isn't here to give you a map. We're here to walk beside you wherever your path leads. College, career, creative hustle, trades, public service, whatever you choose, we're here to support your journey, okay? Now let's talk a little bit about technology and AI. So now, around the world, okay, the world of AI, instant access and knowledge is on demand, okay? Some people are scared of what AI means, but I say, don't fear it, run towards it. The real question is, will AI replace us? That's what we're hearing. AI is coming in, we're gonna lose all these jobs. That's why y'all have to embrace AI, learn all about it, learn about the new technology. That's where it's at. Because I think a lot of the jobs are kind of headed that way, but also other parts of the industry. They're all taking AI and seeing how they can utilize it for their programs, for staffing. So I would encourage you, if you're not aware of what AI is all about and the kind of things that it does, learn that as much as you can. Let AI handle the mechanics. Let it help us find facts, analyze data, connect data faster, so you can use your time to go deeper, think sharper, and dream bigger. Whether it's creating music, okay, coding software, organizing social movements, or launching your own venture, this is your arena with AI. So grasp it and use it. And don't ever let anyone say Latinos can't adapt. We've been evolving for thousands of years. Our ancestors in Mexico built cities aligned with the stars long before Europe had paved roads, and that was in Mexico. In Central America, the Maya developed one of the most precise calendars known to humanity. Across Latin America, our traditions fused with others over centuries, African, indigenous, European, and what emerged is a cultural richness unlike anything else. Here's the truth. LULAC isn't some old school rule book. We're your co-pilots. We're still out here defending public education. Yes, but we also support apprenticeships, trade schools, digital careers, and paths that look different from what our parents knew. The idea isn't to fit into someone else's version of success, it's to define your own success, as some of the younger ones are doing today. And you will be hearing from some of them today. I was just visiting with Carlos Espina, one of the most influential folks, young, knows how to use it, making good money. That's where we need to aspire to. and he'll be coming to address you today. In fact, I need to come back and listen to him. He's one of our great partners, young, up and coming. Activism used to mean marching in the streets, and sometimes it still does. It does take demonstrations. But today, a hashtag can go viral in 5 minutes. A podcast can shift the national conversation. A TikTok video can spark awareness across borders. That doesn't mean the old ways were wrong. It means we evolve, and we need to do that. And if we do it right, we bring our whole culture with us, our stories, our music, our voices, our ancestors. I want you to leave here today and tomorrow, the next couple of days, knowing that you are not alone and you are not invisible. You're brilliant, you're resilient, and you are ready. Together, let's not just inherit the future, let's create it. Thank you, and I cannot wait to see what you do the next couple of days. I'll be around. I'll be glad to visit with you. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you later. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Let's give Roman another round of applause. It's really been a pleasure and an honor to work side by side with Roman this last year. I travel a lot, and I am shocked and surprised always that Roman is always there to show up for our community. He's up at 5 in the morning to get early morning flights to go wherever he needs to go, like Omaha, Nebraska, when we got a call about the raids at the Glen Valley Farms. He's been advocating for our veterans and advocating for our youths, and Roman, we thank you for your leadership. When I started here just a little bit over 2 years ago, we did a full assessment of the work that LULAC was doing. And one of the things that we identified early on is that there were not enough opportunities for our young leaders within our organization. So we created LULAC Academy. The idea and the concept was that we wanted to make the best and the brightest available to you to share their expertise, provide guidance, and create a curriculum that can help you in your journey to adulthood, in your professional careers, and in your education as well. Now, we have to be honest about the environment that we are in. And it saddens me, right, that we are still fighting the same fights that we were fighting in the 1930s and 1940s. We are a civil rights organization. That's what we are at the end of the day. We've built these programs to help uplift and support our community so we can partake in what is supposed to be the American dream. But I can tell you from my personal experience that my mother, my father sacrificed greatly to allow me to be here with you today and put me in the position that I'm in. But we all know that we have to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard, 4 times as hard, just to get the same level of a standing that someone who isn't Hispanic may get. And that's really tough. Really tough. But on top of that, we have to deal with an administration that is attacking our community. It's hard to wake up every day and see the news and read about the immigration enforcement action, the defederalization of our government, the dismantling of Department of Education, the dismantling of Department of Justice, a H.R. 1 bill, which is a budget bill, which in all intensive terms is a pseudo-immigration bill with over $160 billion that they will allocate over the next 4 years against our community. And so we need to be smart. We need to be educated about what our rights are. We need to be organized. So when we go back and when you go back to your community, you can share what you've learned here with your peers, with your parents, with your grandparents, and with your brothers and sisters and siblings as well. The next 4 years are going to be very, very tough. Our commitment at LULAC is to be the tip of the spear. What does that mean? Well, we started off by suing the Trump administration within 4 hours of him signing the birthright citizenship executive order. We were the first Latino organization to file a lawsuit against this administration with our partners at the ACLU and Democracy Defenders. And we won an injunction against this president to ensure that any immigrant that's born in the United States, whether your parents are undocumented or you've been living here and in a mixed status family, has the right to be able to say they're a US born citizen. Not a stateless person, but a US born citizen, because that's something that they can never take away from you. And while you can read the headlines, what's difficult for us is the families. They're real people. Can you imagine expecting a child in weeks or months, and the uncertainty that comes with that they may not be a citizen of the United States, that they may be stateless, or worse off, that they may literally deport you at the same time with your child to a home country that can be in turmoil politically, right? Or a place you haven't been for 10 or 20 years at all. We did the same thing on the EAC, the Election Advisory Committee, a bipartisan committee that is supposed to ensure fair elections in this country. And they want to change that too. And then the Texas redistricting, the funding for TRIO programs as well. The challenges that we face are great. And LULAC has been around a long time, 97 years. But I tell Roman all the time, we're old. We're old, right? It's a legacy organization. But it is one of the proud legacy organizations, and we stand side by side with our partners at the NAACP, at the Urban League, at Common Cause, because we know that we can't win this fight on our own. We need help, and we need partners. So while you're here, I want you to get to know each other, each of you. Introduce yourselves. Leave this conference with no less than 100 new friends or contacts on LinkedIn, on social media. Stay connected. Because the future of this organization aren't the people, quite frankly, that are going to be on this stage. The people that are coming on this stage want to talk to you, because you're the leaders for this next generation, and you're the leaders for this organization to take it into its next 100 years. My commitment is to work as hard as I possibly can to put this organization in a place where it can hand it off to the Elidas of the world, the Erics of the world. And I am confident that in this room, we have some of the brightest people with doctorates and PhDs, or working to be lawyers, right? Who have opportunities that I never had when I was growing up. And that's why we do what we do, to support each of you. So thank you for coming here. You could be anywhere in the country right now, getting ready to go back to school, but you decided to be here with us in Long Beach, and we're grateful for that. So thank you. Please stop us along the way. I want to get to know each of you, shake hands, and talk. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Y'all gotta act a little more excited. We're in California. Good morning. Thank you all. My name is Elida Martinez, and I am very pleased to be here and officially welcome you all to Long Beach and to the LULAC Academy, which is the start of something incredibly powerful here at LULAC. And today we're not just kicking off another event, we're launching a journey. And it's a journey rooted in purpose, identity, and undeniable truth that the Latino leadership is the essential future for this country. So this space, the Academy, this is where we pause before policy, before strategy, before skill building, and we ask ourselves a very important question. Why? Why do we lead? Why do we fight for change? And why should we raise our voices? And the very simple answer to that is because we must. Because too often, our communities are left out of decision moves, not because we're incapable, but because the systems were simply not built for us. Because too often, our stories are untold, and not because we lack power, but because they challenge the status quo. And because too often, our young people, our young adults, are told to wait their turn instead of being seen as the leaders that they already are. And let me be clear, our turn is right now. Not in 2 years, not in 5 years, not in 10 years. It's right now. And we don't need a title to lead. And we don't need permission from anybody to speak our truth. And you definitely don't need to shrink yourself to make others feel comfortable. Because leadership isn't about the spotlight. It's about the sacrifice. It's about choosing to act when it's inconvenient to yourself and to others. And to speak, even when your voice shakes, and to build bridges, even when it feels like it's easier to walk away. So for our young adults that are in the room right now, especially to our students, whether you're an undergraduate or graduate student, I want you to hear this, is that this convention should not just be another event for you to attend. It should be the building block to something more. It should be something that sparks your journey in activism and Latino civil rights. And higher education isn't just about degrees. It really is about discovery. And discovering who you are, what you stand for, and what you're willing to fight for. I know firsthand that it's hard to navigate spaces that weren't made for you. And I know what it's like to be the first to go to college, the first to have a salary, the first to have a family. It's hard to carry the hopes and the dreams of your family, your community, and your ancestors. And it makes you wonder, do I still belong in these rooms? But you do belong. You belong in the classroom, you belong in the boardroom, you belong in the Capitol, and you belong here at the center of this movement that is LULAC. So this academy and this entire convention has to be more than a gathering for all of us. It has to be a catalyst. This is the moment where you commit not to learning, but to becoming. And what does it mean to become? You're becoming a change maker. You're becoming a mentor, and you're becoming the builder of the future for our communities. So as we launch in the next couple of days, filled with workshops, networking, panels, and very powerful conversations, I want you to do one thing. Stay grounded in your why. Why are you here? Who are you here for? And what will you do after this convention? Because when the week ends, what's gonna matter the most is not who you met or what notes you took. What's gonna matter the most is what you build when you go home. What communities will you build? What challenge are you gonna take on? What are you gonna change? And who are you gonna uplift? You are not the future, you are the now. Our country needs our voices, our leadership, our vision, today. not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. So my challenge to you all is to rise in this moment. Let us carry our community, our stories, and our ancestors in our hearts with pride. And let's make this academy the launch pad for something greater than any of us could imagine alone. So thank you all so much for being here today. You could be anywhere in the world right now. I know it's summertime, but we appreciate your confidence and your commitment to the League and its mission. And welcome to the LULAC Academy. Thank you. And please keep the applause going for somebody who really does embody the greatness of the Latino community, Dr. Jose Luis Zelaya.
Muy buenos días. Buenos días. Es muy lindo poder estar acá con ustedes y poder tener unos minutos de poder reflexionar and to be able to have not only this moment, but hopefully this turns into lessons that we can continue to share throughout life. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to be here. Y hemos escuchado este concepto del éxito. And I think that success is very interesting because it's also very relative. Success can be defined whether it's academic success, whether it's professional success. But there's one thing I have learned about success, as I have had the opportunity to experience and to listen across the stories of our communities, and that's that success has common variables. There are common factors that very successful people share in common, and that is that they are rooted, that they are grounded to la raíz. No se avergüenzan de donde vienen. You're not embarrassed of where you come from. Even though the hustle or the challenge, there was challenging moments, you are proud of where you come from. Entiendes que para poder llegar lejos tienes que estar enfocado en el futuro. And to be able to be proud of the sacrifices that our families have made, because if there is one thing that I understand about success is that the letter S in success stands for the sacrifices of our families, stands for the sacrifices of our communities. And that's interesting because as you go through your own journey and you're trying to define whatever success means for you, whether it's professional, academic, personal, bring your families with you. Bring your communities with you. Share pictures of this very beautiful convention with you because our families are very proud. See, we're going to be in this very beautiful place, probably having lunch in very beautiful rooms. But our families, it is their sacrifices that got us here. It is their dreams that created today's reality. So as we are thinking about moving forward, we can't think about moving forward without understanding our history, without understanding her story, without understanding our backgrounds and being proud of who we are. The moment we walked into this room, we did not walk in alone. We walked in with our families. We walked in with our hustle, with our sacrifices, with the pain, with everything that brings us together. There's one thing I know, and that is that we are not a problem. We are the solution. We are creative. We are innovative. We are educated. But at the same time, we must continue to remain humble, grounded in the experiences of our families, not erasing that from our backgrounds, not being embarrassed of the things that they went through so that we could be here, but continuing to uplift their experiences and their stories, because there are common variables among successful people: sacrifice, honoring our backgrounds. And if there's one thing our families have taught us, it's sacrifice and to honor our backgrounds. Therefore, our families define what success truly means in our community. Whether it's from the streets of the Mega March in Dallas to the convention in Long Beach, LULAC unida jamás será vencida. We are united. We are united. Hagamos algo, ¿ok? Yo le voy a hacer una pregunta, le voy a dar la respuesta y lo repetimos unas 3, 4 veces para crear un poquito de energía. ¿Sale y vale? Yo le voy a preguntar a usted y le voy a decir, education, y la respuesta es, it's power, ¿ok? Dígale a la persona que está a la par, are you ready? Dígale, pregúntele, are you ready? ¿Listos? Acabamos, all right? Education. Nah. Vamos, ¿ok? 3 veces con ganas. Education. 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 Education is power, and it is true power. I understand what it is to have a point of reference to come from a very beautiful country like Honduras that experiences pain and poverty. But at the same time, I understand the generational power of education. How an education can not only transform your own sense of success, but that it can create a generational legacy for your children. You see, I arrived to this country at the age of 13 without understanding the language, without understanding what life could have been. And I'm not here only to talk about storytelling, but I'm here to talk about story making and how higher education gives us that opportunity to be able to recreate our stories without being embarrassed of our backgrounds. I'm very proud. I have tres niños, bueno, un niño y dos niñas, y les extraño mucho. And I think that that's our why, our families. So as you keep building your future, as you keep building your legacy, know that what you're doing today will have an impact in the future, because if the sacrifices of our families brought us here today, the sacrifices that we make will have a positive impact in our future generations. Y concluyo con esto. Whether you are talking to a community advocate, or with the upcoming First Lady, or with the upcoming President of the United States, know one thing, que unidas y unidos jamás seremos vencidos. Que Dios les bendiga y muchísimas gracias. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, that's going to be really hard to beat. So, a lot of pressure. So, I did have something written, but I don't know. Like, I feel like as young people kind of just talk at us, but not with us. And especially, like, I was a fellow last year. So, I think I just want to talk directly to you guys, because a year ago today, I was sitting, like, in the exact same spot. So, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Brittney Curiel Moreno. You guys probably know me as a girl that's, like, all over the website, the magazine. Very embarrassing, but thank you. I love the intention. But I kind of just want to focus a little bit on LA. I'm actually from Wilmington, the Long Beach area. Anyone know? Raise your hand. Wilmington? Woo! Okay, yay! Oh my God, last year I did this and nobody knew what Wilmington was. But anyone from Long Beach? Anyone? Raise some hands. Okay, beautiful. I'm so happy that you guys are here. And like, I'm sure like we're all super happy to share our city with you. But I think this is gonna be a little dark, but like, I think we all know what's happening in LA right now with the ICE raids and everything. Is everyone familiar? And sometimes like we see this on the news, but unfortunately a lot of us are living in it. You guys may see it on CNN, but I see it right down the block when I look out my window. And I mean, sorry, my voice is getting kind of shaky. It's hard because a lot of my family members, they're in hiding. This is a little funny, but a little dark humor. But like I have a cousin who like when they go out, like in the car, like they hide under the seat. Like things are a lot worse than they make it seem on TV, and it's already really bad. So ICE is all over the city. They're raiding us, they're harassing us, and unfortunately, history does repeat itself. And people have turned to hiding. So everyone in my community, and I'm sure you guys understand, they're shaken, they're scared. It's just a feeling that we can't really describe at all because it's so horrible. But unfortunately, but fortunately, I haven't given up hope, and I hope you guys haven't either. So the LULAC convention being here is really monumental because they're showing us community. They're showing us that we have a safe space, that we can be here, talk about the ideas, try and figure out the situation, how we can help ourselves, how we can help our friends, our family. And like they're giving us not only the safe space, but they're giving us so much knowledge, like how to act in these situations, what to know about immigration, what to know about politics, civil rights, and basically they're just feeding our brains. And that's so amazing because we're the next, like, yes, we're being affected, but we're also the next leaders. We're gonna be the people to solve this, to fix this, to help our family members, because like a lot of us, like we have the privilege of being educated. Not everybody has that. Like me, I'm first generation. How many of you guys are first gen, first to go to college in your family? So this is amazing. Like if you had asked people maybe about 10 years ago, maybe one hand would have gone up, maybe two. So I really thank LULAC for having it here. in a city that's being tagged by the Trump administration. It's monumental. We truly needed this in our city. So that's beautiful. So I thank LULAC. I thank everyone that's part of the council. So thank you so much, and I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. As a Long Beach native, as an LA native, someone that was born and raised here, it's what we needed. I can't emphasize that enough. It's truly a Band-Aid. So wrapping this up, I just really want to emphasize the importance of community. We're all in this together. You guys might not know each other, but you guys are gonna leave with friendships. I'm saying this because this was me last year. I left knowing so many people that I still talk to today. I'm literally pointing them all out right now. He's even recording me right now. Thank you, Joaquin. And I just take from this convention, not just the sessions that you're gonna be watching, taking the notes and all that, meet people, because that's who you're gonna rely on. That's who's gonna make the change. People with their hearts wide open, completely vulnerable. So take advantage of that. So to wrap this up, I kind of want you guys to look at the person next to you, shake your hand, introduce yourself. Just say one little fun fact. Oh, you guys did that yesterday? That's a little corny. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys are all sitting with your besties. Okay, guys, I'm so glad you guys are chit-chatting, you guys are having fun, but we gotta wrap this up, we gotta get started. So, remember, keep in contact with these people, talk to them, become best friends, build community. That's what we're here for. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the convention. Feel free to talk to me, talk to anyone. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great time. Bye.